Hey, what's good? Welcome back to Beacon English Period 3 with Mr. Engen. This week we are in week 5. Right now I'm going to start making these videos just because some of us are in class and some of us are at home, and depending on whether or not we will be in quarantine at some point or if we'll just have a flexible classroom because of COVID, these videos will basically help us figure out what we're supposed to do each week on our Canvas page. So when you get started, you definitely can always check what our weekly video is by clicking on the link. Otherwise, after you watch our video, which will pretty much tell you what we're doing for week 5, is just go right to week 5. So I'm going to go to week 5 and check out what we're doing. Monday and Tuesday of this week, we don't have school. So Monday and Tuesday, no school. We have Martin Luther King Day on Monday. Tuesday is a day off, and Wednesday we'll be back. So when you start for our class on Wednesday, basically you just want to start with going to our journal response. Last week we watched a movie on YouTube, and you can check out week 4 if you didn't see the movie, but it's Shattered Glass. And Shattered Glass is just a movie about this guy named Stephen Glass. He had written these articles for his publishing company, The New Republic. And he was basically writing articles that were completely 100% made up. So everything that he wrote was just a fabrication. And the thing is, what's tough about it is he made thousands of dollars off of these articles because they were published in really popular magazines. So when we think about Stephen Glass and his plagiarism, what I want you to do is I want you to answer these questions about him. Whether or not you watched the movie doesn't really matter. Just still answer these questions because they still have to do with plagiarism and honesty. And it'll be 24 points. Typically for our journals, they're only like 2 points, but this is going to be like a journal / an assignment. So make sure that you do this. And it's just Shattered Glass discussion questions. Again, if you didn't watch the movie, still answer these questions because they have very little to do with the movie itself, but more just on the idea that it has to do with honesty. So after watching this film, answer the following questions, and you're just typing your answer inside the boxes. So don't type your answer next to it, type it inside the box. So how do you know if someone is cheating? What is something that they do that might hint that they are trying to play off something that is a lie as the truth? Sometimes people give a lot of details, almost too many details, like details that we wouldn't even think of, that are so detailed that we're like, wow, they really thought about that. Meaning they probably thought up a lie and created a story so detailed that it just seems too believable. That might be my answer. So for each one of these, you're just answering the questions. And again, they don't really have to do with the film itself, but just about academic or just honesty. For us, it's academic because we're in school, and a lot of the time when we cheat or lie on an assignment, it's considered plagiarism, which is academic dishonesty. But that's kind of our topic right now, is looking at Shattered Glass, Stephen's dishonesty. After you finish with that, take a look at what our next assignment is. Basically, from Wednesday through Friday, our assignment will be write a 1.5 to 2 page double-spaced reflection on news sources. So we are just going right into another paper, an essay. This one, you will not need to go online and find sources. I just want you to talk about what you know about these topics. And you can go online and try to find something to write about. I do not want you to copy and paste anything from the internet. You need to put everything in your own words. This is an essay about your reflection on a topic. So you can go online and get resources, but again, all those resources need to be in your own words. And the essay is figuring out this question: why should we critically analyze our news? And like news in 2022 could be very different from what most people think. Like when I think news, I might think the newspaper, or I might think the actual news on TV. But like TikTok is also our new news. You know, I might find out about something that's happening in our world because of TikTok or Instagram or Facebook or Snapchat. So like our news is very big now because we have so many different types of ways to get our news. So the thing is, we have to think about, why do we have to critically analyze our news? So that's what our essay will be about. You'll click this link to open up the Google Doc, and everything will be all set up for you on what your 3 subtopics will be about, because you're going to be writing a 5-paragraph essay. It'll have an introduction, 3 subtopics, a conclusion. So you're going to write your introduction, and to be frank, to be honest, your introduction could just literally be my example that I have for you. You could use it word for word. Sentence 1. Do you trust everything you read? Sentence 2. Media outlets around the globe want you to indulge in what they have to say, which is why it's important to critically analyze the news you read. Sentence 3. I will explain how you can tell if a piece of news is truthful, how to tell the difference between important news and tabloid storytelling, and the impact media bias has on our perception and understanding of what we read. So if I were to put this as my first paragraph, which I suggest everybody does, I'm just going to put this here. Okay? And I'll even post that post-it that I have on our page in Canvas. So if you would like to just copy and paste it right into there, you can. Because the thing that I want is just to see subtopic 1, subtopic 2, subtopic 3 answered in an essay format. So each one of these should have about 4 to 5 sentences. First, I'm going to talk about truth in the news. Or first, I'm going to talk about why it's important to evaluate the truth in our news. Or first, I'm going to discuss the difference between true and false news. You know, try to figure out, how are you going to talk about truth in the news? Because what I want you to do is, how can you tell if a piece of news is valid or truthful? First, I'm going to talk about how you can tell if a piece of news is valid or truthful. That might be your first sentence. Second, I'm going to be talking about how you can tell if a piece of news is important compared to other news. So I'm not going to probably write an essay and use TikTok as my, source, because TikTok is not very reliable. However, it is a good jumping off point to figure out where I can find better news. If I hear something interesting, newsworthy on TikTok, I'm probably going to go to Google and go to the news and try to, verify if that actually happened. So I have to evaluate important information, and I have to figure out, is this important or is this tabloid news? And when I say tabloid news, I mean sensational, popular, glamorized, almost like vulgar in a way, because it's like they're trying to get you to notice something. Like even the word breaking news is tabloid, because it's like, it's almost trying to shock you a little bit. But tabloid news would be like probably something that happened to Beyonce, celebrity news. Pretty much all news on TikTok is tabloid news. But how do I evaluate my information? How do I tell between a good source and a bad source? And the last thing I want you for subtopic 3 is to talk about understanding media bias. So what is media bias? How do you detect bias in someone's news delivery? What are the consequences of not fully evaluating the news? Meaning, like, how do I avoid media bias? Okay. And then your conclusion should just be like, it should sound a little bit like your introduction, but instead it's a farewell. So like you might say just your thesis right away. Media outlets around the globe want you to indulge in what they have to say, which is why it's important to critically analyze the news. In my essay, I explained yada, yada, yada. Now you should have a better understanding on how to critically analyze what you read. You know, I would say this would be a good conclusion. Oops, I just got rid of it. So if you want to use this as your conclusion, I mean, it's really simple because it's just really using your introduction. But I'm using my second sentence and my third sentence, and then I'm just adding a lasting thought. So this is a really easy essay. Again, you're just writing a 5-paragraph essay on why we should critically analyze our news. Super simple. That's what we're doing for the rest of the week. On top of that, make sure that you're doing the journals. So make sure that you go to Thursday. This is just looking at media bias. It's answering topic or subtopic 3 for your essay. And that's the same thing for Friday. So I just want you to learn about media bias this week. I want you to make sure that you write this essay this week about media bias and analyzing our news on how it's important and truthful. And I want you to do this discussion question thing from Shattered Glass, just on honesty in the news and what we write. All right, if you have any questions about what we're doing this week, send me an email or talk to me in class. Good luck. Have a good week.